What's going on? Live from Houston, Texas. My name is John Ting, immigration attorney, solving your immigration problems and hopefully prevent them from happening in the first place. Now, I have a very important topic today, and that is what are the common problems when you have a visa interview? Now, specifically when you're abroad, okay? There's some things that hopefully, if you have not had the interview, for better or worse, there's one thing you need to expect, at least one. Of course, I have so many to share. But by the way, if you are new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for coming on, joining on Green Card Guys TV. And we're here solving immigration problems. We do offer free 15-minute preliminary discussion. So if you're new to the channel, we do share a secret code so that you can unlock those free 15 minutes. And we like to share that towards the end of the show, of course. We'll be on for at least 15 minutes today. And I'm, of course, happy to answer any questions. You just drop it in the comment section. And I'll do the best I can to answer it. Okay. Let's see. Hey, Marlon, what's going on? Where you live, by the way? I forgot which state. I mean, if you're willing to share. So, by the way, if you're watching now or you tune in later, let me know where you live. I like to know how far the YouTube channel has reached. I think it's always interesting to know. And yeah, oh boy, there's so much to share. I have a better perspective on this. The problem, like the common problems, more so because of that we accept mandamus cases that we help clients file a lawsuit against the government when there's a delay. And the thing is that there's delays for many reasons. Okay. Oh, Marlon, you're in Jamaica. I think someone just called us from Jamaica the other day. So thanks for tuning in, Marlon. Appreciate it. But yeah, one of the most there's so many reasons. One thing is that you want people have filed or provided a DS 5535. Let me see if I can pull up an example of that document. It is probably the most annoying document. It's a supplemental form. This is something that you don't provide beforehand, okay, to the government. However, this is something that the basically information, most of the information they already have. You already provided to them. Okay. And why am I talking about this? I'm talking about this because when you might not receive an official 221G type notice on the same day of interview or even the day after. They might just go straight to this and say, you need to provide this form. So let me share it with you. Okay, here it is. This is what it looks like. It's annoying. It's 3 pages. Look at that address. Oh my goodness. They want to know your address for the last 15 years. Really? Is that really necessary? All your phone numbers for the last 5 years. All your email addresses for the last 5 years. They want to know your spam email, I guess. All your social media, employment, where you worked for the last 15 years. And you sign it on their page 3. Excuse me. They want to know your relatives, your siblings, whether they're full sibling, full blooded, half step, or adopted, living or passed away, deceased. It is pretty freaking ridiculous. Okay. Why the heck do the government want to know that? Well, I can tell you what I'm speculating why the government wants to know this. It's because maybe if you have a family member, who knows, maybe they could have smuggled someone in. I don't know, whatever they want to allege, but we have received calls about people who said that their dad was did some bad things and they're not involved with his shenanigans, and so that maybe that's why they want to do this to delay. But at the end of the day, it's to delay, okay? Because we've had people we had to file a lawsuit when it's been at least 4 months after you provide this document, and people that call us, they're pretty quick. They give this document as soon as possible. In fact, we've been advising our own clients to fill out this form beforehand, just in case. So you just have it ready, okay? Because it's just another reason delay. And why would you? We should not let the government take advantage of the fact, like, hey, by the way, I actually have the form that you might ask about. So back off, buddy. Okay, just give me the visa. It's pretty ridiculous. So anyway, that is one common problem. Okay, the other common problem is when let's see, other common problem. Sorry, I just had to update the team real quick. Is the 221G notice in general. Okay, we have a client that, where at the first step they provided all documents about proving their birth. Okay, they have a delayed birth certificate, meaning you get, most people get the birth certificate at the time of birth, but there are scenarios, maybe if you were born at home or just outside the hospital, um, you may receive a delayed birth certificate. We use a lot of acronyms, so I'm like thinking acronym at the same time. Um, let's see. So what I'm trying to say is that the government, even though in that situation, for example, USCIS mailed out a request for evidence to provide that proof, and after that's all taken care of and that was approved, the embassy or the consulate, the officer over there for the visa interview, is trying to hash out that same question. And it's ridiculous because it's already been approved. Why do you have to question it? And they're questioning it about the sponsor, the petitioner, the US citizen, not about the applicant. Okay. So that is another common problem. Okay. That is a second one I want to share with you. That is one that is what we call basically um, where they could send a notice to back to USCIS to say you might want to issue a notice to intent to revoke the petition. So that's basically one of our strategies. Essentially, when we sue the government, say, hey, they've already rehashed this out. Why they don't need to do that again? And if they're going to do that, then how come they didn't issue a notice of intent to revoke? Like, stop delaying this. It's again ridiculous. Okay, the third thing is most common problem for visa interview is when people may not have realized that they need a what's it called, a waiver. Okay, if you've been in America without without a visa or overstayed your visa, your authorized stay, and you've been living in the United States for more than 1 year, more than 365 days, which probably it's safe to say that it's a lot of people, millions of people that are in this situation, for better or worse. Okay, there are options out there, but especially when you hire, I've heard so many stories when people hire like a notario or consultant that does not have a law license, that they don't explain the legal requirement, the need for a waiver. There's a lot of phrasing about this, or different names about waiver, and that is 601A is the form number itself. Okay, provisional family unity waiver. Okay, that's another name. And you really need to consider this, because we've had people call us that fortunately we were able to prevent them from going, because then they realized after our discussion with our team that we talked about the need for a waiver because of the overstay. Okay, and the other things people call is like unlawful presence. When you overstay, we call it unlawful presence, and you need the 601A. Which, by the way, 601A form, the processing time for that is minimum before the pandemic 8 months. Now, if I take a look here on the website, processing times with the government, okay, for 601, let me share my screen. Y'all need to know this. Okay. Let's see here. It won't share. I changed the tab. Okay, there we go. Okay. 601, by the way. And I'll go to the third reason. 601A, provisional waiver for unlawful presence. Let's click on Nebraska. Okay. It shows 28 months. 28 months. That is ridiculous. Before pandemic was 8 months. So that, my friends, is why. By the way, thanks for the comments and the questions. If you have questions, please continue writing it. I will get to that very soon. I just want to get to at least one more common reason for problems for at the visa interview. Okay, or at least with that little process. But here's the deal with waivers. We just had a consultation. Our team had a consultation with someone this week about the need to file a waiver, and that they were waiting until there was a like a serious health condition about their sponsor or their qualifying relative. In this situation, was his parents, and there's an what do you call it, misconception or misunderstanding that waivers require like a medical hardship about your qualifying relative, your family member. It does not. That's just one consideration. Okay, there's a lot to discuss about that. But basically, I think I did talk about waivers yesterday, but we're going to go into more detail next week about the hardship, the example of a hardship. Okay, it's not just medical. Okay, so the third reason, third common problem, is just about not knowing who to go to. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me take that back. Not being prepared. Okay, for the medical exam is not just a visa interview. Okay, and sometimes it's a lot of things. It's not just about not being prepared, but it's about possibly sharing too much information, I guess you could say, um, because a lot of things is not up to the visa officer. Okay, unfortunately, the medical doctor, because when you go abroad, you have to get the medical exam to explain the steps here. Medical exam, biometrics for your fingerprints, and then you have the visa interview. Okay, and so when they get that medical done, they ask questions about your if you drink alcohol, do you do drugs, and I don't know anything about like timing of taking samples, how that shows up in the test samples, if they do all that, um, just in general, because I think there is uh, it feels like there is an obligation to share all that information. Really depends who you're speaking with, right? So you need to speak with a lawyer about that. Um, but here's what happened. Okay, here's what I heard. What happens, and that is that when a person has gone to medical, get that test result, exam results, just get the exam conducted. I mean, and the doctor says, ask, when's the last time you drank? And what, it's like October right now. And let's say the last time someone spoke was in July. I mean, last time someone drank alcohol was in July 4th, right? It makes sense. If you drink, I mean, I would think you drink in July 4th. Also, pretty common. It's a holiday in America. And he said he drank one beer. And the medical clinic used that information against him. Okay. And they said, look, you can't get your visa. Like, why the hell would a medical clinic try to tell this applicant that they can't get the visa just because they drank a beer in July 4th, about 4 months ago? So you want to consider there's so much to know. It's not just about the interview. It's about understanding what information you should share or not share with the medical clinic as well. Okay. Um, this person also had like a DWI, 2012, about 10 years ago. So what they're trying to allege basically is this person is an alcoholic, habitual drunkard. Habitual drunkard is a phrase that USCIS uses for naturalization, but the visa officer did not even allege specifically about an ground of inadmissibility related to a health concern, which includes drug abuse and being an alcoholic. And so this clinic said that this person has to have AA, Alcohol Anonymous classes for 8 months. That's a bunch of bull. Okay, so this is a situation where you can file a lawsuit. It's not about, in this situation, not necessarily about unreasonable delay. It's more about arbitrary and capricious decision, erroneous decision. Okay, he is qualified. This person was qualified and should have received his visa. Instead, the visa officer basically blindly relied on the physician, the medical clinic's arbitrary decision. It's very unfortunate. Okay. So there's a way to fight, and it's called a mandamus lawsuit. So a lot of these, there's that. So that's three common problems, friends. And now there's so many more I can share, but I'll take a break from that. And now I'm going to answer your question. I'm sorry about the delay there. Got a little excited to share the problems. Okay, 45 pending based on I-360 approval last year. You sent your 485 in May 2022. Okay, just about half a year ago. June 30th, fingerprints were taken. August, case transfer to NBC. Okay, that's good. Oh, okay. 693, your medical deficiency. We finally received that notice now. Last Sunday, case shown, fingerprints were taken again. Okay, so you need to get that 693 taken care of. Okay, your medical exam. Um, I don't know if that means because maybe you didn't. Let's see. Okay, a lot of people got notifications fingerprint to their 45 from last Sunday from San Bernardino, California. Okay. Well, welcome, Californian. Hope the weather's pretty good over there. I don't live there because the taxes are so high. Here in Texas, we don't have state income tax. So come on down, join us. Anyways, the weather out there is probably way better than over here in Texas. Okay, so here's the deal deficiency. That could be deficient in multiple ways. So, if JD, if you're still on, please share a little bit more. Did you file the 693 in general, or you haven't filed at all? Because sometimes people do file a 693, and then lo and behold, you open up your own copy of the medical exam results, the form 693, and the physician did not sign it. I've seen that before. It's ridiculous. So uh, that's why. So for tip for future applicants, if you have not filed your 485 now and you have not yet, but um, you need to provide it, then and you have a copy. Look at your copy, make sure the physician signed it, make sure they filled out all the boxes. Okay, so your medical is missing. You're waiting for the RFE. Okay, and that's fine. And, the government doesn't. Well, they're not. The government USCIS is not supposed to deny your case when there's a missing medical. They usually send the RFE. Okay, that's been our experience. We try to send in the medical these days with the main file, and it's okay if you have not, because they usually send. We always receive a courtesy notice to provide that 693. If to the interview, if an interview is required. If cases don't require interview, then they'll probably ask for the RFE. Okay, so hopefully that helps. But yeah, in terms of case status, I guess your concern, JD, is more about the case status online. It's a crapshoot. It's not the best case status, notification. I'd say the best one is Domino's. I'm not getting sponsored, but if you've ordered pizza from Domino's, it's one of the best trackers. If only USCIS was more accurate about that and gave you better timing. Unfortunately, they won't. They're just not capable of saying, okay, you're 60 days away from a decision, or you're 60 days away from an interview being scheduled, or at least attempted to be scheduled. That would be great. But yeah, if you're concerned about it just showing, I guess, fingerprints were taken as your case status, I would not be concerned. Okay, and so just send in your medical as soon as possible. Get that scheduled. Yeah. Okay. I see your other comment. You pay taxes 2021 last week and paid 3,000 only for state. Oh, okay. You're talking about my tangent comment. Okay. Yeah, too much money in California. I don't know how y'all do it. That just would eat me up. I'm all for providing, agreeing to government's providing state benefits, but maybe in California, y'all give a lot. I don't know. I'm not into California politics. What's up, Sammy Sosa 410? Should an attorney be present in an interview? What are the benefits? That's a great question. Okay, it's for us, our team, I don't like to say and tell our clients that you have to have one, but it's always better to have one, right? Just like you have an attorney, or some of you have an attorney uh, during your case, when you file your case in general to begin with. Um, if there's crimes involved, you had arrest or conviction for sure. I would encourage more so in that scenario to have an attorney there. Now, but there could be an attorney. Most lawyers might not agree with what I'm going to say. Most lawyers might say you absolutely need a lawyer at the interview. Of course, again, it can. Some people may just want a lawyer present at the interview to have peace of mind. So, and I understand that. That's great. Our max plan for most case types have the benefit of having one of our attorneys at the interview. Okay, and these days, interviews, being at the interview is not just in person anymore. It can be over the phone, but I get it. Of course, clients would probably prefer an attorney in person. That to me, that would make the most sense. But sometimes it just depends on the schedule, unfortunately. So, but what we try to do, okay, friends, is that even if you have a case, let's say in New York or California, the two most expensive states, in my opinion, I think everyone can agree, including JD, is that what's it called? We can help find an attorney for you, okay, over there. So consider that, even if you hire us for this case, or you're in New York, I'm physically in Houston, Texas. We have an associate in Denver. We have an associate in Dallas. We could fly to your field office. Of course, it would cost more, but we're all about providing cost-effective solutions. So let's say you have a interview in New York or California. We could ask colleagues who are already there to appear there for you, because that would be a lot reduced price for you, reduced cost. And so anyway, should attorney be present? Yeah, I mean, you're speaking to attorney, so I always have so much to share about such a simple question, but my answer is always in depth. So hopefully y'all appreciate that, and if you do, please smash the like button. And if you're new to our channel, please subscribe down below. We greatly appreciate it. And if you enjoy the way we share the content, provide knowledge, please share with your colleagues and friends who you think may have an immigration question. We greatly appreciate it. Okay, so. But yeah, okay, Sammy Sosa, I see you have another question. If the criminal charge was dismissed after probation, will it come up? Yeah, it could come up. Okay. Just speaking about, like, for context of applying for naturalization to become a US citizen, it could come up when um even if it's outside the 5-year look back period for good moral character. Okay. And some people think that the key thing that y'all need to know is that there's at least two things. There's two tiers of bars. There's one that's called permanent bar from being able to apply at all for naturalization. Then there's a conditional bar during the statutory period of the good moral character, meaning the 5 years. So if your crimes don't fall, your criminal conviction or just crime in general does not fall under that, any of those, then you could apply. Okay. But the thing is, they still use any kind of criminal act. They will try to use that against you. So I always, I can't edit that out. Clearly, I need to drink some more water. Where's my water bottle? Oh, it's missing. Great. Um, what's that threw me off for a bit. A little blooper. The second thing you need to know about crimes related to naturalization is that even if you sign a plea bargain, okay, it it will be used against you, okay, for as a foreign national immigrant, because you don't have that same benefit as a US citizen, in the sense that um what's it called? You don't get the same benefit in terms of US citizen, because that is considered a conviction, even if it's dismissed in the future. Dismissed in a sense, like dismissed after the um, I'm still laughing about earlier. Dismissed after the plea bargain, okay? Because once you sign a plea bargain, that's you agreeing that you have done the crime, okay? Even in your own mind, you know you didn't do it, but you got reduced to something else or something, or they just got the wrong person, but you're like, you don't want to pay a lawyer, a criminal lawyer, criminal defense lawyer to help you out, which I always recommend, okay? You always hire a criminal defense lawyer. I know public defenders try to do their best, but they just have too many cases. So, but anyways, sorry for the side tangent there. I'm trying not to look at my phone because I'm getting a lot of messages. Um, but yeah, if you have friends, if you have any questions or comments, please drop in the comment section. And man, there's something else I want to share about the criminal situation. Oh, so three things. This has morphed into another topic basically, but this is very important. So I'd love to share it. Thank you so much for the question, Sammy Sosa. And that is, let's say the look back period for the good moral character period. If it's a timing issue, okay? The day that your crime is dismissed, even if you sign a plea bargain and your crime is dismissed, some people think like, okay, well, can I file 5 years after the plea bargain, or is it going to be the 5 years after it was dismissed after the fact? Because usually dismissal happens maybe 12 months or 24 months after the plea bargain, because you have to be on probation and complete those terms and conditions of the probation. Service. Some courts call it community supervision. So, anyways, the USCIS policy manual says it has to be 5 years after it was dismissed. Okay. So that's just something to consider. But hey, it's your application. You take your own risk if you want to file anyway. JD, you said that $7 a gallon. Oh my God. Maybe that's why I was coughing up earlier when I saw that. That's nuts. Out here in Houston, it's about 340, I think, as of this past week. I don't drive much anymore, but yeah, it's pretty crazy. Is it worth to live? Now I'm giving residents advice, or living where to live advice. Is it worth to live after a green card moving to Florida, Texas? Um, um, interesting. Yeah, it might depend on Florida. I think Florida. Let me see if I can look this up. Florida income tax. Okay, does Florida have state income tax? Does anyone know? It looks like no, it does not. Okay, but of course it has the sales tax rate. So, but keep in mind, okay, something you need to know, JD, and other people thinking about moving to Texas, don't make our house prices go too much higher, okay? But we do have higher sales tax, okay? It's 8.25% in Texas. Um, the well, what are you trying to say, Sammy? What you got for us? What are you saying no to? Um, what else to consider? Property tax. Property tax is a lot more expensive in Texas, but I guess California is pretty expensive anyway. But okay, so back to immigration questions. Sammy, you said 325. Where are you at? Tell the audience where you at so we have a better idea. Oh, okay, 325 a gallon. No to state tax. That's great. Great to know. Yeah, they just happen to be Republican states, Republican controlled states, but hopefully that doesn't affect your decision to move or not. I try not to pay attention to that. Okay, 325 in Dallas. Okay, so But don't let gas prices be a reason for you to move. Look at your taxes on other levels, okay? Appreciate that, Sammy. Okay, JD, back to your legal question. When can I expect to get RFE? Your case is at field office. You contact your congressman, contact the USCIS. Oh my goodness. This sounds like what our clients do when they eventually hire us to file a mandamus lawsuit. Okay. But you just got the RFE, so I think it may have been premature, possibly, to contact your congressman and contact USCIS. I mean, it sounds like it's already outside processing times for you, JD, because if you file, you were able to contact USCIS or submit inquiry. But JD, when did you first file your 485? Well, I think you said that earlier. Let's see. You filed, he said you sent my case May 2022. So I'm assuming that means the 485. So yeah, it's October 21st, 2022. So yeah, it's the congressman or woman is not going to get involved right now. It's too early. Okay. And sometimes I don't even get involved when it's a very, very long delay case. So just in general, I would say at least average 12 months. Okay. But yeah, send in that response with your medical for the RFE as soon as possible, because when you get a RFE, it basically, imagine a case on a train track. I know it seems like a very, very slow train track, but when there's an RFE, that section of the car, your train is off the track essentially. Okay, so you gotta send it back in. Usually, we have email notification, so when we send it back into the government, USCIS, we usually receive an email notification a couple of days after. Okay, so and it's back on track. Okay, so please get that done for your own case. Christopher. Oh, sorry. Let me go to Marlon. I saw you a comment here. I gotta let my dog in, otherwise he's gonna scratch at the door. Okay, Marlon, I'm gonna get to your question, and then I'm going to provide the secret code so y'all can unlock the free 15 minutes. Okay, Marlon, if a notario fills out DS260 with wrong information, uploads it, realizes the information is wrong, then correct information, send it to the embassy. Can the old form count as misrepresentation? Yikes. I hope that did not happen to you, Marlon, but you're not able, from what I read and what we try to do is, in case that does happen, fortunately nothing in our situation, nothing has been will negatively affect the thing that we're trying to change, like it was an entry date or something. We were able to get that taken care of at the interview. And so what we do, well, let me answer your question first. We have not been able to reopen it. The National Visa Center, Department of State have told us it's not possible to reopen, to edit your DS260 after you click submit. So that's why, as part of our process internally and with our clients, after we complete the form, before we hit submit, we ask the client, the applicant, to review it for accuracy, which should be correct, because that's what our clients provide us the information. But sometimes, if we type too quickly, it could be slightly off, like a number. So we understand that we could get it wrong. We're humans, but that's why we have quality control process. Okay, so what do you do then, Marlon? Okay, that is prepare an affidavit, prepare a letter, type it up, tell the government the reason why the information was wrong. In this scenario, sounds like, your notario filled it out, the person you hired. So you just have to mention that you did not hire a lawyer, you hired a notario or someone who's not a lawyer to help fill this out. And so hopefully that's enough. Okay, and you want to sign and date that letter. Okay, and provide it at the interview. Okay, friends, here we are. We hit past the 30-minute mark. Yay! And because apparently, I'm assuming I'm not expert in this YouTube thing, but I think I have to go past 30 minutes to, the YouTube channel can reach more people. If you know anything about this kind of stuff, please let us know, because we're all about sharing more knowledge with folks, and so people can get a better idea what's going on. with all these ridiculous timing. So let's see. I think I got another comment. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, JD. Happy to help. Yeah. So if you enjoy our content, the way we share information, please smash the like button and share our channel with your friends and family. We greatly appreciate it. Okay, this is what I was gonna do. Secret code. Promised it. And let me find it for y'all. Here it is. Okay, so if you have not had a chance to have a free 15 minutes with our team, you're welcome to get this secret code, Green Card Guys, and share it with our cares team. They're the folks that you chat with when you first call in, okay? Our number is right here, 720-740-4247. Or if you have a chance, it's late at night, go to our website, greencardguys.com. And this is how you can fill out a couple answers. Go to the website, click on top, contact us, scroll down, click on take quiz to answer just a couple questions so we can better assist you and get to you faster. Okay. Here's the deal. We get a lot of phone calls. We prioritize people who give us the secret code. Okay. Because it shows that you follow our channel. So we greatly appreciate you. Thank you so much. Let me see here. I think there are a couple more questions. Oh, yeah. What's the secret password for? Is to unlock the free 15-minute consultation to speak with an attorney. Now, keep this in mind. When you call us, and your case is not what we consider qualified, or maybe you're asking a general question that we have a YouTube video about, most likely, please take no offense, most likely we'll just ask you to watch that video first. And then you can call us back and we can touch base because we get a lot of calls. We're trying our best to prioritize, and every call is important to us. And I did mention this the other day. Even if you have the secret code, but you're a jerk to our team, it's a very PC word. I was going to use the other word, but if you're a jerk to our team, you will not speak to anyone on our team, including attorneys. So, because yeah, we try to collect your information to help you. And I think someone the other day wanted to speak directly to an attorney, but we have a certain process. This is how we get things done in our law firm. This is why people appreciate our max plan, file cases in 30 days. So I'm sorry, you're not going to be able to speak directly to an attorney the first call. I wish we had like a million attorneys on staff. That would be great. But, you know, um, we just have to grow at the right pace. So anyways, I hope you appreciate that and understand. So if you're the jerk that called in the other day, please understand that we're happy to speak with you again if you calm down. Okay, let's see. Good day. You're from Jersey. Oh, you live by the Jersey Shore? Uh, you're here. What's a three? What are you talking about? A three? You don't get a green card. How can I go about it, please? I don't know what you mean by three, HARES. Maybe you've been here for 3 years. Is that what you mean? Have you applied for something, Christopher, for immigration benefit, like filed a form? Need to know a little bit more information on that one. Let me see if I missed anything else. Who dat? What's up, who dat? I think you've been on the channel before. Welcome back. Why would I need to interview for a credit card? Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean about that. Why would I need to interview for? Can you rephrase that? Who dat? Yeah, 3 years. That's what I figured, but it didn't. It didn't sound. I didn't. I didn't get the sense that you filed the application, so not sure if I can help you on that one. Where did he go? I had to. What's up, crack? I had to open the door to let my dog in. Okay, so what else do I need to share with you? Okay, so if you're new to the channel, we do have on our website free guides. Okay, basically a PDF that has common answers to common questions, a step by step. Okay, this is one for mandamus lawsuits. so you have a better idea of timing, maybe when to file a lawsuit based on a certain scenario. And yeah, you can go to our website. It's all right there. You don't even have to call us for it. Um, we do need your email though. Okay. So just going to be upfront about that. Hopefully you're okay with sharing that. And okay, friends, next thing I want to share with you is if there's no more questions for now, that's okay. I'll be back on Monday. I'll see you soon. There's a lot of stuff going on with immigration. So happy to share more and more. And yeah, what we're going to try to do now, continue moving forward with these live shows is, put a topic out there so that because we could talk about a lot of different things. So I'll try my best to be as focused as possible, but we'll continue, of course, to answer your questions to the best of my ability in the moment. Okay, friends, thank you so much and have a great day. Bye bye.